And then you can just set it up on the laptop over there like we had it, and we'll be good to go.
So is your laptop recording? And this is live?
Yeah, it says live, then you're live.
I'm live,
You're
I'm
live.
live.
Yeah,
Good
you're
morning,
live.
I'm live. Good morning, this is Heidi from Balance Yoga. We're going to get started in just a minute with a practice for you this morning. I did come over to the studio thinking that might be a nice switch than everybody's living room or wherever they've been doing these things. So get your mat out and we will get busy in just a few minutes. Rachel's here with me. She's going to practice. Say hi, Rachel.
Hey guys, how you doing?
So if this is new for you, we are doing virtual practices to keep you on your mat and to help keep you focused during these trying times. You can go to MindBody and sign in if you're interested and able to purchase a virtual class pass. They're only $8. We're going to do our best to keep the studio moving, so when things go back to normal, we can also go back to normal. If you have any questions at the end, feel free to ask. I'll stay online for a little bit, or you can always email me or Facebook message me, but we're going to get started now. So I'd like you to come into your breath, get on your mat, get into child's pose, or lie on your back, someplace where you can just start to get quiet, start to breathe, close your eyes perhaps. We're just going to take these few moments to settle in. A lot of what happens in the world right now, I think, comes back to your breath. You see my shirt? Inhale, exhale, love. I want you to think about that for yourself today. Think about yourself first, taking care of you. From there, you're able to take care of others. So take another full breath in and a full breath out. And we're just going to get quiet for 2 whole minutes. Keep anchoring into the sound of your breath. That's probably all you can hear. Maybe you anchor into the sounds of your furnace or a clock. But keep bringing yourself back to right here where you are on your mat. Taking another full breath in and a slow breath out. With your next inhale and exhale, start to bring a little movement into your body, whether you're seated or in child's pose. Start to make your way onto hands and knees. We're going to come into tabletop. So please stack your wrists underneath your shoulders. Place your knees underneath your hips and flatten the tops of your feet and really connect through all 10 fingers, your shins, and the top of your feet. Taking a full inhale, release the belly. Open up across your shoulders. And then with your exhale, gently round your spine, tuck your tail, and let your head come right down between your arms. And following your inhales and your exhales, continue to move through these cat and cow postures so you can bring some movement into your spine, bringing some breath deeper into your lungs, and continuing to practice that rhythm of coming into your inhales and your exhales over and over again. By following your breath and allowing yourself to ground here and to stay connected, Hopefully it will keep you out of your head and focused on what's physically going on in your body. So pay attention to what your body is telling you right now. Perhaps it needs to move into some C curves, and you look down the right side of your body towards your right foot, stretching out your side ribs. Then stretching the other way, looking down the left side of your body. Maybe your hips get into the flow of things and you sit them back into an extended child's pose. Keep coming back to your inhales and your exhales. And then pausing again in tabletop, pull in through the low belly, get strong through the arms, and with a breath, push your right heel out long behind you, like you're going to put your footprint on the wall behind you. And then with your next breath, lift the left hand up like you're shaking my hand. Take a full breath in as you breathe length into your body. And then with your next exhale, place the hand and the knee back down under your shoulder and your hip. Following your breath, cycle through a cow and a cat. Inhaling fully and exhaling completely. And then pausing again in your tabletop. Breathe in as you reach the left foot behind you. Again, pushing out through the heel. Toes pointed down, internally rotating your thigh up. And then breathing the right hand forward like you're shaking my hand. Stretch out long, spread all 5 fingers. Bring some life into your body. And then exhaling, place the hand and the knee back down. Taking your toes out long behind you, let's come into plank. So you're going to stretch out long, hands stay underneath the shoulders, stay high on your toes with your heels lifted above them. Breathe into your low belly and your hips, getting strong, shoulders and hips in one line. Take a full breath in, breathing in strength, and a full breath out, grounding right where you are. And then with your next breath, lift your hips up nice and high, working your way into your first down dog of this morning. Spread all 10 fingers again nice and wide. Really connect as you draw your arm bones back and you press your leg bones to the back wall. And just be here in your down dog. Taking a full breath in and a full breath out. So this breath that I keep talking about, I always come back to the breath. It's very powerful, and it has served me so well in the last several years through practice and just understanding what it does. Inhaling and exhaling grounds you, fills you up, cleans you out, detoxifies you. So many different ways the breath works in your favor. Pose, glide forward into plank. Take another full breath in, and then exhale your hips back up for downward facing dog. One more time, we'll go through that, inhaling up to your toes, gliding forward into plank. Pause and breathe. Exhale your hips high, downward facing dog. So as we continue to inhale and exhale, let's bring a little bit more movement into the body. So inhaling, come up to your toes, look forward, walk, step, or jump your feet right up in between your hands. Set your feet, and with a full breath in, find that halfway lift as you draw the crown of your head to the front of the room. Let your arms be by your side, palms facing one another, or press lightly against your thighs to increase some length in your spine. Pausing here, and then with an exhale, forward fold, hinging at your hips, hands come down. Take another full breath in as you lift all the way up, stretching nice and high. Hands go up, and then following the breath, inhale, forward fold, come all the way back down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, walk your feet back out to plank and pause. Take that full breath in, again, breathing in strength into your body, into your lungs, being confident where you are. And now you can choose to either take your knees down first or bending your elbows close to your side bodies, lower all the way to the mat. Untuck your toes, push down to the tops of your feet. Draw your shoulders back, opening up across your heart for a small cobra. Exhaling, release. Tuck your toes, breathe back into plank, and then lifting your hips up, go back to downward facing dog. So I'm not sure how this comes across to you, if you can hear the words and embody what's happening and just move and breathe, knowing that whatever you're doing is perfectly fine. As long as you're continuing to inhale and exhale, let that guide your body. There's no right or wrong way to be doing this. No one is watching you, obviously. So please just keep coming back to your breath. And if you need to take breaks throughout the practice, you do that. Honor your body by following your breath. We'll do 2 more sunnays. So inhale again up to your toes. On your exhale, walk, step, or jump your feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift, draw your heart forward. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand, sweep up, strong, tall. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, plant your hands, feet back out to plank. So you're going to choose now, going through the vinyasa flow, staying in plank for a breath, and deciding if the knees come down first and you lower all the way, or you know you can skip this, lifting your hips, going right back to down dog. The choice is yours based on where your body is and how your breath is supporting you. So the last few days have been challenging for everybody. Last Sunday, well actually 2 Sundays ago now, I had a little bit of an asthma attack. Makes you really value your breath. 1 more Sunday, lifting up to your toes. Excuse me. Bring your feet up in between your hands on an exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Big breath in as you rise to stand. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, walk your feet back out to plank and pause. And again, you choose lowering down, skipping it all together and going back to down dog, or maybe perhaps it's time for a child's pose. Bring your toes to touch, take your knees wide, and allow yourself the time that you need to stay grounded, to stay with your breath, and to pause. So I don't know if you know anything about asthma, but when you have an asthma attack and you lose your breath, it can lead to panic. And when you panic, you stop being in charge of where you are and what you need in the present moment. Your head takes you places it shouldn't go. I'm guessing sometimes when we're locked down, things going crazy the way they are in the world right now, it's easy to panic. So I'm going to encourage you, like I do through this practice, to keep coming back to your breath. And when you feel like you can't get that full inhale, pause and breathe as deeply as you can and just continue to cycle through. If you're still in down dog, congratulations. If you're in child's pose, make your way back to down dog. And again, we'll come back to the breath and we'll keep moving here. So from down dog, lift your right leg straight out behind you. Again, just like you did in tabletop, pushing your footprint against the back wall. And then with your exhale, bring the foot forward, place it by your thumb, and with a big breath in, rise up strong for crescent. So you're staying high on your left toes, pressing that left thigh bone back. Keep the right knee stacked right over your ankle, and then the arms go up. Take a full breath in here and settle in as your legs start to take over and hold you right where you are. And if your shoulders begin to talk to you, certainly bring the elbows down or bring them behind your back and interlace your knuckles, drawing them down toward the earth so you can lift up more through your heart. Take a full breath in as your left arm goes forward and your right arm goes back, twisting toward the right. And then with your next breath, bring both arms back up to frame the head. Exhale, hands down by the foot. Take the right foot back to meet the left. Pause in your plank. Come back to your breath. Take a full breath in. Choose if you're going to take the knees down or lower straight from plank or skip it altogether and go right back to down dog. Keep inhaling and exhaling, letting that be your guide. Take another full breath in your down dog and a slow breath out. Inhale your left leg straight out behind you, again pushing through the heel. Exhaling, bring the foot forward, plant it right up by the thumb. And when you have your balance, inhaling, rising strong for crescent on this side. Arms up to frame the head or bring the elbows down. Pay attention to what your body is saying to you. Take a full breath in as you stack your shoulders over your hips and a full breath out. And then if you'd like to twist open toward the left, take the right arm forward and the left arm back. Spread all 5 or all 10 fingers nice and wide. Keep everything active. And then with breath, frame the head once again. Big breath in as you lift up. Exhale, plant the hands. Foot goes back to meet the right. Pause in your plank. Decide if you want to lower down, rinsing it off, or skipping it and going back to down dog, lifting your hips high. Spread all 10 fingers again nice and wide. Take a full breath in. Open your mouth. Sigh it all out. Beautiful. Take your time to pay attention to your breath. Feel how it moves through your body, and it allows you to ground and stay present right here in this moment. You can do this. We can all do this. Take a full breath in as you lift up to your toes. Look forward, walk, step, or bring your feet up between your hands by jumping right up there. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise strong to stand. Big breath in and up. And on your exhale, sit your hips back for chair. So your weight's in your heels here, and you're pretending you're actually coming to sit right back onto a chair or a couch, pulling in through the low belly to protect your low back. Again, pay attention to your shoulders. If it's bothering you with your arms up, bring your hands to your heart space. Pause and breathe. Let the breath take over as it holds you in this pose. And then with your next breath, straighten your legs and forward fold right over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Keep your hands down. Take your left foot to the back edge of the mat. Pause in your low lunge. Feet in 2 separate lanes for good balance. And again, rise up strong for crescent. Hands go up. Right knee is stacked over the right ankle. And you breathe. With your next breath, bring your hands behind your back, interlacing your knuckles, drawing the arms down to lift the heart. And then with your next breath, start to hinge out over that bent leg. Crown of the head goes to the front of the room, and you can keep your thumbs right against your sacrum, or you could start to lift your arms up for a shoulder rinse. Everybody's different, so just pay attention to what you need here. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. With your next breath, rise back up strong to crescent. Arms go high. Swivel the back foot down and open up into warrior 2. So again, your right knee stays stacked over the ankle. Now your left foot is pointing toward the wall. Continue to draw that left thigh bone back, and your arms are extended, one forward and one back, looking over the middle finger of your right hand. Flip that right hand, sweep it up, inhale big, and then exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame the foot, step the right foot back to meet the left. Pause in your plank. Take a full breath here. Choose to decide where you want to go. Lowering down, skipping it all together, going back to down dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. With your next breath, come up to your toes. Look forward, walk, step, or jump your feet back between your hands. Set your feet as you inhale for a halfway lift. You can keep a slight bend behind your knees. And then exhale, forward fold. Strong breath in as you rise up to stand, reaching up. And on your exhale, hips go back for chair. Pause in your chair, tucking your tailbone down, pulling into the low belly. Everything stays active. And again, if it's bothering your shoulders, bring your hands to your heart space. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And with your next breath, forward fold as you straighten your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. This time take your right foot to the back edge of the mat. Separate lane, strong balance, and then with your inhale, rise strong for crescent. Arms up, shoulders wide, your choice. Once you have your footing, bring your hands behind your back, interlacing the knuckles, drawing them down toward the earth, lifting your heart again, opening up for a full breath in, and then exhaling, hinge out over that left thigh. Again, hands can stay connected to your low back, or you can lift your arms. Breathe deep, come back to your inhales, come back to your exhales. Let that hold you here. One more breath in, one more breath out. Inhale, come back up to crescent, let the arms frame the head, swivel the back foot down. Now you're opening up for warrior 2 in the other direction. Keep drawing that left knee open towards your pinky toe. Ground down on the outside of your right foot. Know that your breath can hold you right here, even when it's difficult. When things get challenging for you physically or mentally, come back to your inhale and your exhale and let that hold you right here in this present moment. Flip your left hand, inhaling, stretch up, big breath in, exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame the foot, step the left foot back to meet the right, pause in your plank, and then you choose. You rinse it off by lowering down, inhaling for cobra or up dog, or you skip it and go back to down dog. Yes, there's lots of choices. The one choice that I want you to always come back to, though, is your breath. Your inhales and your exhales will hold you right here. If you need a break, you know you can take child's pose at any time. If you're looking for a little bit more this morning, stay right here in child's pose. Maybe come back into plank, go into forearm plank. Experiment and see where your breath can hold you. You might surprise yourself. Well, I'll come back to down dog in a moment. Taking a full breath in and a full breath out. With your next breath, inhaling up to your toes. On your exhale, bring your feet up right between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Big breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, rise to stand. Come up strong. Bring your hands to your heart space and pause. Close your eyes. Feel the thumbs rest against your chest as your lungs fill with air. And then as you exhale, feel your feet ground. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Keeping your weight in your left foot, start to inhale that right knee up in front of you. Flex your foot, draw everything into your center line. And then with your next breath, cross your ankle over the left knee and begin to bend that straight leg, that left leg, sitting your hips back, stretching out your hip. Your hands can stay at your heart. They can come to your hips. They can go to the knee and the foot. Breathe deeply, finding your balance. So that's obviously one of the things that we're always challenged with, right? Well, what do we do when we fall out? What do we do when we lose our balance? What do we do when we lose our breath? My only suggestion is come right back to it. This is a practice. We just do it over and over and over. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. With your next breath, straighten the leg, bring the knee back up in front of you, and place the sole of your foot either against your shin or your inner thigh, moving into tree. Let the arms go where they need to go. They might be keeping you balanced. They might be throwing you off. Just keep breathing deep. Full breath in, full breath out. Bring the arms up overhead if you haven't started to grow your tree already. Take a full breath in. Bring your hands to your heart. Let your feet meet at the top of the mat. Pause and ground. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhaling, lift the left knee up in front of you again, drawing everything into your center line, keeping the foot flexed. Once you have your balance, cross the ankle over the right knee. You can start to bend that right leg, sitting your hips back, looking for the stretch across your hip. If your hands stay at your heart, keep drawing the shoulders back. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Pausing, practicing your balance. You just keep going back and forth, inhaling and exhaling. When you're ready, you'll move yourself into tree on this side, taking the sole of the foot either to your inner thigh or your shin. Or if you're really challenged with your balance this morning, put the toes back down on the ground. Just don't place them on your knee joint. Those are fragile. Be patient with yourself as you try to find your way. Keep coming back to your inhales and your exhales. Breathing deeply. And then again, if you haven't grown your tree yet, just take a full breath in, opening up, lifting up, and then hands come back to your heart space and your feet are grounded. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, stretch eye, lift up, Exhale, forward fold, swan dive right over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Toe heel your feet apart so they go right to the outside edges of your mat. Let your hands ground or come to opposite elbows. Release your head so there's no tension in your neck, and just breathe in your ragdoll. You could sway a little bit right to left if that gives you a little relief in your low back. There's so many options for you to play around with. What better place to do this than in the privacy of your own home? You can experiment, you can move, or you can not, but you should breathe. Keep coming back to the inhale and that slow, steady exhale. Filling up and letting go. With your next breath, let your hands come back down to the earth. Toe heel your feet back in underneath your hips. And then with a big breath in, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Keep your hands down. Walk your feet back out to plank. Take a full breath in your plank. Really fill up here. And then bending your elbows close to your side bodies. Lower yourself down. Rinse this all off. Inhale for cobra or up dog, straightening your arms, opening up across your heart. And then move yourself back into downward facing dog. Again, taking a full breath in and a full breath out. So as I've been recovering from this asthma attack that I hadn't had in 23 years, 2 of my 3 kids didn't even know what that was. Rachel got to live through it the first time around 23 years ago. And it's reminded me just how important it is to slow down. If being, quote, cooped up in your house isn't enough to slow down, I don't know what is. But when that happens and your brain takes you places that maybe it shouldn't, come back to your inhale and come back to your exhale. Take a full breath in as your right leg goes out long behind you. Push through the heel. Exhale the foot forward, planted by your thumb. Breathe up strong into your crescent and immediately swivel the back foot down, opening up into warrior 2. Right arm forward, left arm back. Turn both palms over so you can release your shoulders and then turn the hands back down. Take a full breath in as you flip the right hand, stretch it up, reach back, and let's move into side angles. So bring that right elbow down to your right knee. Take the left hand up nice and high. Spread all 5 fingers nice and wide. Again, if it bothers your shoulders, turn the hand around and place the back of your hand on your low back. You're looking to open up here across your heart. You're drawing the left shoulder back. Take a full breath in as that right knee stays stacked over your ankle, and a full breath out. Then if you'd like to take that right arm forward, you can do so. Bring the left arm forward like you're holding a beach ball. Take a nice deep breath in and then rise back up strong into your warrior 2. Rinse it all off by flipping the hand. Inhale strong. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Foot goes back to meet the left. Pause in your plank and decide if you're going to lower down and rinse this off or skip it all and go right back to down dog. Let the breath power you, making your decision to move from place to place. Take a full breath in, open your mouth, sigh it all out, and we'll move to the other side. Inhale the left leg straight out behind you with a strong breath out. Bring the foot forward, planted by your thumb. Strong breath in as you rise up for crescent, and again, swivel the back foot down and find your way into warrior 2. Open up the hands again to release the shoulders and then turn them back over. Bend nice and deep into that left knee. Flip the left hand, big breath in, stretch up. Exhaling into side angle, the elbow rests gently on the knee. You can take that right hand up nice and high, or again, turn it around and keep it on the small of your back. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then you can extend the left arm forward, palm up. Bring the right hand over, palm down. Use your core, draw the shoulder back, big breath in as you come back into your warrior 2. And then flip the left hand, breathing up and back. Exhale, cartwheel the hand down. Come back into plank. Feet meet, and you flow, or you move back to down dog, or you take a child's pose. Breathe in, breathe out. Soften that space between your eyes. Allow yourself to be right here. Take a full breath in and a slow exhale out. And with your next breath, lift the right leg straight out behind you. Exhale, bring the foot forward, planted by your thumb. Big breath in as you rise up for crescent. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale the left arm forward and the right arm back, twisting open. Pausing, bend a little deeper into the right knee, keeping it stacked over the ankle. Big breath in as the arms come back up to frame the head. And then exhale, bring the left hand down, keeping the right hand high. Twisting open here. Breathe into that left thigh bone, pushing it back to the back wall. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. From here, we're going to move into side plank. So you can either take your left knee down directly under your hip or roll to the outside of the left foot, taking the right foot back and stacking it. Breathe into the hips and the rib cage as you lift that up, taking a full breath in and a full breath out. And then pausing, come back into your plank. Roll back onto the tops of your toes. Both hands are on the ground. Rinse it off or skip it and go back to down dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. With a big breath in, lift the left leg straight out behind you. Exhale, bring the foot forward, planted by your thumb. Rise strong for crescent on this side. Hands go up. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Press that right thigh bone to the back wall. Bend a little deeper into the left knee. And then inhale the right arm forward and the left arm back with a nice slow twist open. Full breath in as you come back up to crescent, framing the head. Exhale, bring the right hand down, leaving the left hand to reach for the ceiling, opening up for a twist. And then pausing here, make your decision if you take the right knee down directly under the hip to come into side plank, or you just roll to the outside of the foot. Breathe deep here as you lift up through the hips and the ribs, leaning back like there's a wall behind you. And then when you're ready, hand comes down, roll back to your toes, pausing in plank. And we'll rinse this off one more time, following the breath. And then everyone, let's meet in child's pose, please. So bring your big toes to touch, take your knees wide, and pause. This is the part I miss, being in a studio with you, because I would love to come around and give you a hands-on assist. But we'll have to save that for when we're all back together again. So just keep coming back into your breath, pausing and breathing. When you're ready, you'll make your way back into downward facing dog. Take your toes out long behind you, maybe pedal out your feet. Shift your hips up nice and high, taking a full breath in and a full breath out. Spread all 10 fingers nice and wide, really grounding down behind your index pad and your thumb pad. The placement of your hands and your feet will always be key. Looking for the best alignment you can find in your body to help you foster that breath. Take a full breath in as you lift up to your toes. Look forward, exhale, walk, step, or jump your feet right between your hands. Take a full breath in for a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Big breath in as you rise to stand one more time. And then inhale your hands to your heart space. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, lift your arms up, stretch tall. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at your hips, hands come down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Keep your hands down, take your left foot to the back edge of the mat. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then with your next breath, rise up into crescent nice and strong. Feet stay in 2 separate lanes for good balance. Breathe into your shoulder space. Let it dictate where your arms go. With your next breath, swivel the back foot down, come back into your warrior 2. Flip the right hand, inhale, stretch up, spread those ribs. Exhaling, come on into side angle. Pause and reach and breathe. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Come back to your warrior 2, straighten the right leg, and we're going to shift into triangle. So let the left hip go to the back wall, reach forward with your right fingertips, and then like a teapot, you hinge at the waist. Take the left hand up nice and high, taking a full breath in and a full breath out. Now you can stay here for the next 2 to 3 breaths. If you'd like to work your way into half moon, you'll look down at your right foot, start to feel that lift come up through your midsection as you push off the back foot, and you open up into half moon. And again, if the balance takes you out of this pose, so be it. Forgive yourself, come back to the pose, and you just keep breathing. If you're in half moon, gently set the foot back down. If you're in triangle, rebend the knee, come back into your warrior two. We'll move and we'll rinse this off together. So flip the right hand, inhale, stretch up, reach high, exhale, follow the hands down to frame the foot, step the right foot back to meet the left. Pause in your plank, decide if you're gonna lower down and rinse this off, going into cobra or up dog, or skip it all together and go right back to downward facing dog. How are you doing? Are you paying attention to your breath? Take a full inhale and a full exhale. It's such a beautiful sound. It's so cleansing. With your next breath, inhale, come on up to your toes. Exhale, look forward, walk, step, or jump your feet right between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Full breath in as you rise to stand. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, keep your hands down. Take your right foot to the back edge of the mat. Take a full breath in as you rise up for crescent here. Strong and steady, feet in 2 separate lanes. Breathe into your legs. Pull in through the low belly, stacking your shoulders over your hips, and reach those arms up, even if it's just for 1 breath. And then swivel the back foot down and open up into warrior two. Take a full breath in as you pause here, and a full breath out. Flip the left hand, inhale, sweep it up, reach back, let the right fingertips glide down the back leg, and then breathing into your side angle, rest that elbow lightly on the knee. Stretch the right fingers nice and wide, taking a full breath in and a full breath out. Using your core, inhale back into warrior two, straightening the left leg, get tall and long as we move into triangle. Reach those left fingertips forward and hinging, keeping open. Let the right hand go high again. Now breathe deep here. Take a full breath in and a full breath out and decide if this is where you need to stay. Continuing to rotate through the ribs, drawing that right shoulder back, or looking down at the left foot, pushing off the right foot. Maybe you come into half moon here. Those balancing poses will always be a challenge. It's good to know how we're going to respond, so this is why we practice. If you fall out, be nice to yourself. It's no big deal. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. If you're in half moon, rebend the leg, coming back into warrior two. If you're in triangle, rebend the leg, come back into warrior two. Pause and breathe. Flip the left hand, sweep it up, reach it back, and then exhale. Bring the hands down to frame the foot, step the left foot back to meet the right. Pause in your plank. Take a full breath in your plank and then lower down, rinsing it off, breathing into cobra or up dog, or skipping it all together and going back into downward facing dog. So there's nobody with you probably practicing right now, right? So I'm here to tell you, you're doing a good job. I think it's amazing that we have these opportunities and the ability to practice together virtually, staying in community, knowing that you're not alone. I hope that these practices will be of service to you, to remind you that it's okay to take time for you and to keep coming back to your breath. So are you still in down dog? Are you breathing deep? Pedal out your feet, bend both knees, tip your hips up nice and high. Excuse me, see, I still got that cough, but I'm healthy. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. With your next breath, inhale up to your toes. Exhale, bring your feet forward right between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, walk your feet back out to plank. Pause in your plank. Take a full breath here again, and then lower down. Last rinse. Breathe deep for your cobra or your up dog, and then make your way back into downward facing dog. We're going to come into pigeon here next. So if you don't like the straightforward pigeon, leaning forward, you can come onto your back, bending your knees, crossing the right ankle over the left knee, and then reaching down behind that thigh. Otherwise, inhale the right leg straight out behind you. Start to bring the knee forward, place it behind the right wrist, and take the ankle out over behind the left. You could keep that left leg out long behind you, top of the foot stays flat on the mat. And you take a full breath in as you release into pigeon. But you keep coming back to that breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Sometimes the pausing and the stillness of our practice is more challenging than the movement and the poses that we're trying to create. So anchor into your breath. Pay attention to how it moves through your body. Give yourself these moments of pause. And when you need something to help anchor you, come back to your breath. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. If you're in half pigeon, facing forward, breathe back into your hands, lifting up through your upper body. Take a full breath in and a full breath out, and then tuck your toes on your left foot. Start to shift your hips back so you can get your right leg out from underneath you. If you're on your back, bring both knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug, rocking right to left, and then plant both feet on the mat. Pause and breathe. Whether you're in down dog or on your back, keep coming back to your inhales and your exhales. We'll move into pigeon on the other side now. So if you're in down dog, lift the left leg straight out behind you. Draw the knee forward, plant it on the ground behind your wrist, and kick the foot over. And if you're on your backs, cross the ankle over the knee and reach down behind the thigh. Pause as you work your way into this pose. It may be uncomfortable, but you can come back to your breath and allow yourself these moments to just be right here. There's nowhere else to go, nothing else to do. Just breathe. Be kind to yourself. Take another breath in and another breath out. And then with your next breath, work your way out of the pose by either coming back to your hands and lifting up, stretching out that leg long behind you, or if you're on your back, again, releasing the legs, drawing the knees into the chest, giving yourself a hug, and rolling right to left. If you're back in down dog, inhale up to your toes. On your exhale, walk your feet right through your hands. Come to sit down so we're all back on our seat. Sit nice and tall, grounding your sit bones. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Cross your legs so you're sitting nice and tall in Sukhasana. Easy pose. And take a full breath in, sweep the arms up. We're going to twist toward the right. So take your left hand across your right knee, your right hand to your low back, and draw your heart open, but still feel the crown of your head lifting up. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then inhale, release that, bring the arms back up, get nice and tall here. Take it in the other direction. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, come back to center and bring your hands right down to your heart space. So what would practice be without a little ab work? Bring your feet out in front of you. Place the feet on the ground. Bend your knees. Sit tall. Draw your heart forward. And if you can stay right here, that's great. If you want to lift your feet up, you can bring your knees up, flex your feet. You know where you're going. Take a nice deep breath in your boat and a deep breath out. Your hands can stay right behind your knees. You could take them out by your sides. Be creative, but keep coming back to your breath because this will challenge you, right? So take a full breath in and start to push your heels forward, straightening out your legs, lowering a little bit. Then inhale, come on back up into your boat. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, come back up into your boat. One more lowering down. Inhale, come back up into your boat. Pause, breathe, draw the shoulders back, lift through the heart. Keep breathing deep here. You've got this. One more breath in, and now this time as you start to lower down, go nice and slow. Find that shake like a chihuahua. You got it. Full breath in and then let go. Release into a full body stretch. Allow yourself just to reconnect with your mat. Take your arms overhead. Maybe make some circles at your wrist joints or your ankle joints. And really just allow yourself to be right here. And then bring your arms down by your sides. Bend your knees, ground your feet. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. We're going to take 2 bridges because you need to have some energy to go clean your house now. So ground down through your feet. Take a nice deep breath in. Push down through your feet. Lift up through the hips. Let the quads lift you up. If your glutes are clenching, soften them. If you want to work your arm bones underneath you and interlace your hands beneath your low back, you can do that too. But come back to your breath. Full inhale, full exhale. One more breath in, one more breath out. With your next breath, lift your arms up overhead, come to your toes. Slowly lower down back onto your mat, 1 vertebrae at a time. And then when your hips reconnect, let your heels reconnect, bring your arms back down by your side and pause. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. And we'll take 1 more bridge together. So inhaling, ground down through your feet, lifting up through your hips. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Again, arms either working on their way underneath you or keeping them down by your sides. Are you breathing? Take a full inhale, feel your heart lift. And a full exhale. And then when you're ready, inhale up to your toes, arms overhead. Slowly release this. Lower down. Taking a full breath in and a full breath out. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees open up like a book. Pause here on your backs in Supta Baddha Konasana. Allow the hips to release. Allow your face to soften. And just pause. Again, sometimes that's the hardest part. So when your head takes you elsewhere, come back to your inhales, come back to your exhales, pause and breathe. Bring your hands to the outsides of your knees with your next breath. Close them up like a book. Draw them into your chest, giving yourself a hug, wrapping your arms around your shins, rolling right to left. And then push your heels straight up toward the ceiling. Straightening out your legs. You can keep your arms down by your sides, or if it feels better to place the backs of your hand underneath your bottom, you can do that. But let the energy and the vitality that's running through you come back into your heart space. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And if you know anything about me, I'm all about restorative, so this is my way of sneaking in a little bit of restorative. Just so you know, you can go throw your legs up against the wall at any time during the day, 5, 10, 15 minutes. Close your eyes and allow yourself to decompress and to de-stress with a simple legs up the wall. Take another breath in and another breath out. Nice and slow, start to bend your knees, bringing your feet back down to the earth 1 at a time. And then keeping your legs bent and your feet grounded, open up your feet so the right foot's at the right edge and the left foot's at the left edge. And then open up your arms nice and wide, palms up or down. Let the knees go to the right. Look out over your left shoulder. Take another full breath in and allow your body to twist here, opening up, stretching out. And then with your next breath, inhale the knees back up, bring the back of your head flat to the mat. Let it go the other way. Knees go to the left, you look out over the right, and you pause. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then with your next breath, inhale the knees back up to center. Draw them back into your chest, giving yourself a great big hug. One more breath in. One more breath out. For Shavasana, if you need to cover up or put on a layer, do it. Grab a blanket off the back of the couch. And then you can take your right foot to the right corner of the mat and the left foot to the left corner of the mat. Open up your arms away from your side bodies, palms up. Roll your head right to left. Find the center of the back of your skull and then tip your chin down just the slightest bit. Take a full breath in and a slow breath out. And with your eyes closed and your body slowing down and your breath returning to somewhat normal inhales and exhales, I hope you can take these last few moments of Shavasana as a serious part of your practice. This is your opportunity to let go, to reconnect, and to be still. This is where the magic happens. So with your eyes closed and breathing, inhaling, exhaling normally, we'll take Shavasana together. Take a full breath in and a slow breath out. And I'll be back to bring you out with my voice in about 4.5 to 5 minutes. Start to deepen your breath. Really fill up. Take a nice slow exhale out. Bring a little movement into your fingers and your toes. And then when you're ready, inhale your knees into your chest and gently roll to your right side. As you pause there for a moment on your side, take another full breath in and a slow breath out. Then using your hands, push yourself up to a seat. You can cross your legs again. Sit nice and tall, grounding your sit bones down. Draw your shoulders up and back. And then take a full breath in. Lift your arms up overhead. Exhale, draw them right into your heart space. Feel your lungs inflate and feel the breath move through you. Yes, challenging times. Keep coming back to your breath. It's your anchor. It's your life force. There's a lot of value in that. We look forward to seeing you online. And if you don't know this about me, I'm blind as a bat. So that's why the glasses are on my head. I didn't get to see any of your comments, but I'll be looking forward to reading them all later. I'm grateful for all of you that joined me. Thank you, Rachel, for practicing and being a good little guide. There's my baby. So we hope you'll be back later this afternoon. Erica's teaching, Rachel's teaching. We'll have a full schedule for all of our classes. And again, you can go to MindBody and grab a virtual pass for $8 or use your own class passes, whatever works. But just stay in community, stay together, and for goodness sake, keep breathing. We love you. Have a great morning.
Bye.